Macaria is a lesser-known yet intriguing figure in Greek mythology, associated with the concept of a peaceful or noble death. Her name comes from the Greek word makarios, meaning blessed or fortunate, suggesting that she represents a kind of death that is honorable rather than tragic. Though not as widely recognized as other underworld deities, her presence in myth reflects the ancient Greek view that death, while inevitable, could be approached with dignity and purpose. One of the most well-known references to Macaria comes from Euripides' play Heracleidae, where she is portrayed as the daughter of Heracles. In this story, Heracles' children seek refuge in Athens, pursued by the tyrant Eurystheus. The Athenians agree to protect them but learn that a prophecy requires a human sacrifice to ensure their victory. Rather than allowing an innocent stranger to die, Macaria steps forward and offers herself, willingly embracing death to secure her family's survival. Her sacrifice is remembered as an act of great heroism, reinforcing her connection to a noble and selfless death. Her decision reflects a key theme in Greek mythology, the idea that fate is inescapable, yet how one faces it defines their legacy. By accepting her role, Macaria ensures not only the survival of her family, but also her own place in myth as a symbol of bravery. In later traditions, Macaria is sometimes identified as a daughter of Hades and Persephone, making her a chthonic goddess associated with the afterlife. In this version, she is not linked to sacrifice but instead governs the concept of a peaceful death, contrasting with the more fearsome aspects of the underworld. Unlike Thanatos, the god of death who oversees all endings, Macaria specifically represents the kind of death that comes without suffering or regret. This interpretation aligns her with the Eleusinian mysteries, which taught that those initiated into their sacred rites would receive a more favorable fate in the afterlife. If Macaria had a role in these beliefs, she may have symbolized the transition of the soul into a state of eternal rest. In this way, she serves as a comforting presence, reassuring mortals that not all aspects of death are terrifying. Although Macaria did not have a major cult following or dedicated temples, her story resonates with the Greek ideal of facing fate with courage and grace. She embodies the idea that death is not always something to be feared. It can be accepted as a noble act, a natural end, or even a blessing. Her presence in myth serves as a reminder that honor and virtue can transcend mortality, leaving a lasting legacy even after death. In Athens, where she made her greatest mythological impact, the ideals of self-sacrifice and civic duty were highly valued, making her story one that would have carried cultural significance. In modern interpretations, Macaria is often reclaimed as a symbol of peaceful transitions and the acceptance of life's inevitable end. Whether viewed as a heroic mortal or as a divine being of the underworld, she represents the idea that death, when met with bravery and purpose, can be a passage to something greater rather than an end to be feared. Her story continues to remind us that how we face our fate defines our legacy, and that even in death, there can be a kind of victory.